I have a big one. So I'm just telling you when the data is big or small or something.
Well, not in college, but I have experience with MySQL and MySQL Workbench.
Okay. So this order ID is linking with an order ID here. This product ID is linking with the product ID here. This customer ID is linking with this customer ID here. This is linking with the account representative here. That is this shipper ID is basically going in shipped by.
Oh yeah.
This all now please understand a separate data is a table. When you combine the all table together with relationship, it will become a model. That model is called a data model. That model is also called a star schema. Star
Yeah,
schema in the sense,
yeah, I know schema. Okay.
yeah, so this schema is star because there is a center table and the all tables are surrounding to that. So that's why it is called a star schema. Now, when I go to the data view, we can create a calculated column here now. Yes or no?
Yes.
This is called a calculation area. Look at here. When I uncheck this, it will be hidden. Now this area is called the measure calculation area. Measure in the sense we have a quantity, we have a price. Do we have an amount of order? We have to create a separate column, unit multiply by the quantity. So we have come here, we say simply is equal to unit multiply by quantity. Then I press
Mm-hmm.
enter. Fine. So this is called a gross cost or gross invoice. Gross price. So multiply by with the simple things. So this is 24 multiplied by 2 unit. It has become the 48. If you do the sum here is equal to sum of gross price, then you will get the total calculation. So look at here. It is a measure one which gives you the total calculation of gross price. Are you able to see this?
Yes.
Yes. So you can even give a name to this measure, that is total sales. So you will get a total sales here. Fine. Even you can format this with the two values by decreasing the value. So round off with the without decimal. So this
Mm-hmm.
data is here. We can also calculate this measure. What is a measure? Measure is basically a calculation which gives you a single result for the entire group of data. Please understand, I just come to Excel to explain you what is measure.
Gotcha.
I'm just coming here to just explain you what is measure. Uh, I open a file. Give it 1 minute. I just open a file. Mm, very simple file I'm taking. I can take this file from here also. Yes, this is already in the desktop. Yes, this is a file. Look at here. Look at here. So this is a salary. If I want to calculate HRA, which is the 40% of the salary. How do you calculate?
So 9 times, what is it, 0.4?
I say is equal to this amount multiplied by the 40%. So this HRA is for how many people? For one people now, that is Mr. Raja.
Yeah, just for Raja.
Or just for Raja. So the amount is this. Fine. Now when I drag it, it will calculate amount for all. So this is called a calculated column. I repeat, this is called a calculated column. If somebody asks to you how much salary your company is paying and how many HRA your company is paying entirely to all the people, what it is called? It is equal to sum, or it is equal to sum. So this is called measure. Measure is not on one column, one row. Measure is for the entire group. So this group is nothing but a table. This is on the entire table. Agree? But
Agreed.
I want this data for North only. What should I do?
You want that for the North region. Ooh.
Only for North region.
So you want to do a sum again, but you want only the people that have North under region.
Yes. So I use a function called is equal to sum if.
Sum if. Ooh.
Then I say salary, comma. My criteria is, so I'm not taking this. I'll just take the region. Region is what? Region is North.
North.
I just type here. And total of 7. So it will check a J8, which is North, into D colon D and fetch the data from G. So it will give me the data only for North region. Enter. Similarly, is equal to sum if. Check the North into D and sum HRA only.
Oh, sum range. Okay.
So what is actually, this is the one group. This North is a one group. In this case, the entire table is one group.
Mm-hmm.
And these two are basically called measure, not the calculated column. This is called a calculated column. But this is a measure which is actually calculated on the entire data or maybe a group of data. I hope this is clear. I want to clear you very easy manner, Daniel.
Gotcha. Okay, so yeah, so if you allow me to just speak a little bit. So salary, that's just data, right? Even though it's numbers, it's just data. HRA, however, is a calculated column because it does math using salary to get these values. Okay.
Great.
And then when you use the data, the overall data, to get one value, one kind of overall value, like the total salary or the total salary for the North, that is considered a measured value, a measure basically.
Perfect.
So like, for example, the total salary is going to take all the calculated values and add them up, or all the data in salary and add it up. And even though, you know, one is pulling from a calculated column and one is pulling from just data in a column, they're both considered measures. Is that correct?
So if you are calculating for each row, that is called a calculated column.
Mm-hmm.
if you are calculating on the entire data or maybe a group of data, that is called a measure.
Measure. Okay. That's clear.
I hope you understand. That's
Completely.
clear, so
Yeah. That's
even if you type here south, the data will come for south. If you type here west, the data will come from the west.
Oh, I understand now. When you did the sum if, you basically said look at the region column, any that are equal to this cell west, yellow west, or to that column J8, right? That's what you put, and then add up the salary. Okay, that's clear.
You get now.
Nice.
Now
I like
when
that.
I'm coming here in the power pivot, if I do something here, that is called a calculated column. But if I do the sum of that, that is called a measure.
Measure. Yep.
Fine. A measure can be calculated with sum, and we have here sum x is equal to sum x. Sum x for what? Sum x for a table called order detail, and expression is what? Expression is unit price multiply by quantity. And bracket close. So the same thing I am doing without creating a calculated column. I am saying I want to do sum x. Sum x means with some condition. My data is in order detail, and my value that I am looking for is unit price multiplied by quantity, and then give me the sum. And when I press enter, I'll get the same result. Look at here, I'm getting the same result.
Oh, that is the same. Yeah.
Listen here, what I did, first of all, I multiply by unit into the order quantity. It is coming individually for all the row, and then I move the sum. Simple sum, only sum function. Here what I did, I am not calculated a unnecessarily separated column. This is not required. I can directly fetch this information from here. So this is basically total sale by sum x.
Awesome. So that just skips that step of having to create a calculated column.
Yes, this unnecessarily takes some extra step. No, total
awesome.
Sales by sum x.
Oh, and that would change the
sale by sum.
Change the measure.
Yes, that is measure name. This is total sales by sum. So we have used two functions. One is a sum x, another is sum. I hope you understand, because please believe me, Daniel, this is a very crucial concept. We have to understand this, because the entire thing, when I go to the Power BI, now look at here. When we go to the Power BI, now I can simply click here and I can simply explain here what is written here.
Ah, a new measure. Nice.
But, so I do not need to understand this measure again and again.
Nice. Okay.
So we learned measure through Excel. This is a measure in Excel, simple calculation, and this is a measure in a Power Pivot in Excel. And here we have what?
The measure in Power BI.
Power BI. Now I go to the order. Now I go to the order detail. So we have the same value here. I need to create what?
A new measure.
Measure. It will give me a measure value. Look at here. I simply write what? Sum x.
Sum x. Mm-hmm.
What is the table name?
Order details, separate
Order
words.
details, comma. What is an expression? Unit price multiply by
Quantity.
quantity. And this is what? Change the name.
To yeah.
Total sale.
Total sales.
Enter. Now it will be reflected here. Look at here. Right now it is coming as a measure now. When I press enter, it is coming here. Look at here.
Total sales.
Now, if you want to see this total sale, you go to report. There is a card. Look at here. There is a card. Are you able to see the card?
Yes.
Drag the card. So this is the card. And take to the field. Which field? In order detail, we have a total sale, which is coming as a calculator. Calculator symbol means it's a measure.
Measure.
It is value coming in K. So you can format this value. Display unit, none. Look at here, 5754.
Same number. 0.05.
75. It's
575.
rounded off. So we learn how to. Now we need to come on to the. In tomorrow session, we will also work on measure, but on advanced measures, not on the basic measures.
Gotcha. More complicated stuff.
Once we are clear with the basic concept now, then we'll move to the advanced level. So do you want to try this?
Yeah.
Okay, what is the time there at your side?
11:24 a.m.
11:24. Fine. So when you want a break for the lunch, or you have done your breakfast?